everybody. Welcome to another week of Makers Monday. I am Anastasia Radloff, aka Stampin' Blondie. Welcome to your weekly live step-by-step Facebook crafting event. I hope you all had an amazing weekend, and I look forward to spending the next about 30 minutes with you showing you 2 projects from the new annual catalog. Now let me just make sure that I am live here on Facebook and I can follow along with your comments. Let's see if I can make that bigger. Maybe, let's see here. All right, it looks like I may not be able to follow along with your comments, but if you're watching live, just let me know that you're watching. Make sure to enter this week's prize patrol, and I'll talk about what that is just here in a minute. I'm excited. Oh, there we go. I got it to work. Hi, Carol. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Marie. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Sorry about that. It was just Facebook is changing things, and they're forever making things difficult. So I got it all set up, and I can follow along with everybody's comments today. If you are watching live, make sure to comment, say hi, let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching this via replay here on Facebook or on YouTube, make sure to comment replay and let me know that you were able to join me today. I have 2 projects featuring the brand new hand-penned Petals suite from the 21-22 annual catalog. Now this catalog debuted just last week, so these are brand new products and the first time that I will be crafting with them for you today. I'm really excited to show you these projects. Normally these aren't really projects that I feature. I'm not really too much of a flower person, so it's kind of out of my normal crafting zone, and I'm excited to share them with you today. Now before I get started, there's just a couple of quick announcements like always. The first is right now we are doing Prize Patrol. So last week I was in such a hurry because my car had been in the shop, but I was able to pull 2 weeks ago's Prize Patrol and then last week's Prize Patrol items as well. So 2 weeks ago we featured the Playing with Pets suite. Now let me go ahead and swap the camera there so you guys can see. We featured the Playing with Pets suite. This was from the previous annual catalog, but these stamp set and dies did carry over to the new catalog. Our Prize Patrol was 2 rolls of the Playful Pets Trim Combo Pack, and our winner of Prize Patrol from that one was Penny Lyman. So congratulations, Penny. I think she's watching. I can't see. There's a lot of comments, so I'm not sure if she's watching, but if she is, congratulations, Penny. I have actually something else to send you, so these will be coming together. And then our Prize Patrol from last week were the opal rounds. Now these are really fun, beautiful embellishments that have carried over to the new annual catalog. These are pretty. They have really fun iridescent flecks of glitter inside of them, and the best part is you can change their color with Stampin' blends. So our winner from last week, I actually know she's watching because she's commenting, is Carol Schaefer. So congratulations, Carol. You are winner of last week's Prize Patrol for the opal rounds. Now, what exactly is Prize Patrol? All you have to do is share this video and comment that you shared. Sometimes Facebook doesn't always let me know when somebody has shared the video. You just comment that you share the video, and then you'll be entered to win Prize Patrol for the week. Now this week's Prize Patrol is something I'm using on one of our projects today, and this is the Soft Succulent Open Weave Ribbon. It's a beautiful ribbon. It's really pretty because it is got this mesh in the middle. And it comes in all of the new 2021-2023 in colors. So we have Polished Pink, Pale Papaya, Soft Succulent, Evening Evergreen, and Fresh Freesia. So this is the in color ribbon for this year, and the winner of this week's Prize Patrol will receive a full roll of the Soft Succulent ribbon. So I hope you enter a Prize Patrol. It's completely free, and all you have to do is share the video. So make sure to join our Prize Patrol for the week. And I'm gonna put that off to the side because we are gonna use that on our projects today. All right, the next announcement is The new annual catalog debuted last week. This is so beautiful, and there are so many wonderful new supplies in here, and I cannot wait to craft with you over the next year. Now, if you did not receive your copy of the annual catalog from me and you're not currently working with a demonstrator, after this video is over, in the link in the description, there will be a link that you can click to request your free catalog. So I will send you a catalog and some other little goodies in there, but this is what I wanted to show you that we are going to work with today. The hand-penned suite is on page 104, 105 of the catalog. This is a beautiful spread of stamps, coordinating dies, designer series paper, and embellishments that all encompass this whole suite. Now the best part is that I am featuring this as my class for May. So the deadline to register is actually in 2 days. So on Wednesday is the last day to register for this class. And it's gonna be really fun because if you live in the United States, you can register through me. Or if you're in Canada, you can register through my demonstrator counterpart, Lisa Hardy of Sweet Paper Studios. We are coordinating to bring you this international class for the first time, and I'm so excited to partner with her for these beautiful projects. Now, in your class, you will receive the project pieces to create 4 different designs, 2 of each card, and I will show you those here today. They are some really pretty projects. Lisa and I coordinated on these together, and they feature the hand-penned stamp set and bundle. Now you can RSVP for this class. The description will have the link to RSVP. You can add on the hand-penned stamp set, and you can create the projects that I'm going to make today as bonus projects as well. So this is a gorgeous suite and so fun to work with. Cindy, you're correct. It is so pretty. Like I said, normally not my Stampin' style, but these pastels and these flowers really drew me in. So you'll create 8 projects, 2 of each design here. In your class kit, you'll receive a full package of the hand-penned 12 by 12 designer series paper. And here that is. You get all these different designs, and you'll be able to use these on your projects. Like I said, a full package of this beautiful paper. The best part is that one side is this more floral design, and the other side's kind of a pastel watercolor look. So the hand-penned 12 by 12 designer series paper is included in the class kit, as well as a full roll of this pale papaya this is the woven ribbon. The pale papaya woven ribbon. It's a cotton ribbon. It's got pale papaya and basic white on it. You'll receive a full roll of this, and probably my new favorite embellishments. Let me find them. I'm working on using them for a project today, so I have them in the bucket right here. The Genial Gems. These are my favorite embellishment from the new catalog. They're mint macaron and pale papaya, and they have gold flecks of glitter in them. Very soft, very pretty, and you can use them for so many different projects. So the class kit receives a full package of 12 by 12 designer series paper, all the project supplies for 8 projects, a full roll of the pale papaya woven ribbon, and the Genial Gems. If you are in Tucson, I'm having a in-person event. So this will be, it's free to attend the in-person event. You just have to reserve your class kit. It's May 25th at 6 p.m. and you can add that to your registration. If you're not in Tucson, you can have this shipped directly to your door and have this class kit and work with us as well. So deadline to RSVP is this Wednesday. So if you're wanting to create these beautiful projects that Lisa and I co-created together, you will want to register for this. It's gonna be a great event, and I cannot wait to partner with her for this event. Now, we're using the hand pen, and we're also creating hand-penned projects today. Now, I wanted to show you just 2 more projects that I made with these stamps. Now, this was actually the Stampin' Blondie's team's mystery stamping projects that we made at our team meeting last month. I had so much fun creating these mystery projects with them. All they knew is the dimensions of the project. They did not know what the card was going to look like. Our team had so much fun, and these projects all looked different at the end of our event. So if you are interested in mystery stamping, it's something our team does that's a lot of fun. And the Stampin' Blondie team is, I love all of our ladies on the team. We have demonstrators across the United States, and if you're interested in joining us, there is a great special right now. So if your wish list from the new catalog is long, make sure to check out this Join Plus offer. This is through the end of this month. You get to choose any $150 worth of products of your choice for $99, and it has free business supplies, free shipping, and it's just this month. So if you join the Stampin' Blondie team, you get over $55 extra in your choice of products. You do not have to teach classes, you do not have to host events, you don't even have to do Facebook Lives. You can come to our amazing monthly team meetings and have so much fun creating and crafting together with us. So if you are wanting to know more information about becoming a Stampin' Blondie team member, please reach out and let me know. There also will be a link in the description of this video after. This is an amazing offer. Like I said, if your wish list in the new catalog is anywhere over $99, this is what you want to do. A great sign-up special and no pressure to sell anything. You don't have to teach, you don't have to do any of this. So I would hope that you would be interested in joining our amazing, wonderful team. And I know some of our team members are watching, so hi. I hope you guys all are enjoying today. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our 2 projects today. Like I mentioned, we are featuring the hand-penned stamp set and coordinating bundle. Now, these are using the dies on this stamp and this card. And this project here, we are just going to stamp directly onto our die cut. So these are 2 completely different projects, and I am really excited to get started with them. And we are gonna start with our first project. It's going to be this one right here. This features mint macaron background with the pale papaya, a perfect color combination to use those new genial gems that are in our May class kit. So the first thing is, here is our stamp set. This is the hand-penned Petals. Try saying that super fast, hand-penned Petals. This is a photopolymer stamp set from page 104, 105 of the new catalog, which means it is completely see-through and clear, and you can see exactly where you're stamping at. So on this, oh, I'm sorry, I have a puppy dog at my feet who is licking my feet. Stop it, it tickles. I don't know which one it is. It could be Elvis, Leia, or my new baby, who we are fostering and we just got last week. She's so cute. All right, so we have a piece of mint macaron cardstock. This is cut to 4 1/4 by 11. Now, if you are new to watching my Facebook videos, or as a reminder, I always provide a free PDF. This has all of the item products, item numbers, and the prices, plus the dimensions on all the projects that I'm creating today. So as you follow along, you can print this off from my blog. It has all the details, and then you don't have to write any of these measurements down as I go through. Pair this free PDF with the projects today, and you can create these same projects at home. So I hope you are interested in creating along with me. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Sharon. Thank you for joining me today. We have our piece of mint macaron cardstock, and then a piece of basic white cardstock, and this is cut to 3 3/4 by 5 1/8. This is my basic mat size for my cards that I create, and we are going to use Stampin' Seal to adhere that straight onto our card base. So we're going to put this here, and that's going to be right in the middle of our card. Now, I pre-cut, just so to save us a little bit of time here today, I pre-cut 5 pieces of designer series paper, and these are 3 1/2 by 7/8 of an inch. Now, how I like to do this is, the first thing that I like to do is I just like to lay out my pieces onto my project. I don't want to adhere anything just yet, because I want to make sure that my spacing is exactly how I want it. If I were to just lay the pieces down without spacing them out the you could have one piece that's super close to the top and the others aren't spaced evenly. So I'm just gonna lay out my pieces. I do this for every kind of card that I create like this. I wanna lay all my pieces out so they're evenly spaced. And I just wanna move it around a little bit just to make sure everything is evenly spaced out. Now I'm gonna use Tombow liquid glue on this. I do that because Tombow liquid glue has a little bit of forgiveness to it. So I can adhere my pieces of cardstock or my designer series paper down to my project. And then if it's not exactly where I want it, I have a few seconds to kind of wiggle it around and place it exactly where I want it. Now I'm gonna start at the bottom and work my way up to the top, trying to not knock those other pieces of designer series paper out of the way. And we're just gonna adhere it down here. And like I said, kind of wiggle it around just to make sure everything is exactly where I want it. And then work my way up. Yes, Lisa, you do get a lot of the designer series paper. So I like this because you can literally do this project the same designer series paper and you could use the opposite side and get a completely different look to the project. So there's all these really pretty watercolors on the other side or the floral, and you can definitely use a lot of designer series paper. This layout is perfect for Christmas projects. So if you have a lot of Christmas pattern paper, designer series paper, you can easily knock out a whole bunch of Christmas cards using this same design, and it's very easy, and then you don't have a big stash of Christmas paper laying around when you're done. Okay, we've got our piece of basic white cardstock, and I cut this using the Stitched So Sweetly dies. These are found in the back of the annual catalog, and I like them because not only do they have the really fun rectangle scalloped dies, but these also nice label dies for projects as well. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dies in this package, and this is just kind of a basic label package that I think is really good to have in your stash for projects. We are going to use Tuxedo Black Memento ink for this. Now on the project here, you will notice that the Pale Papaya and the Mint Macaron stamps that are inside the flower are not completely covering the flower up. This is supposed to be a watercolor look flower, so it's not going to completely fill in the entire section of the outline. It's just supposed to give it that look of color, but not completely fill it in. So we've got our hand-penned Petals stamps, and this is something new that Stampin' Up! Is doing with their stamps here. So before they were pre-printing these black lines on the back of our photopolymer stamps. But now this is something new that they're doing, and you can just lay that in there and you can figure out what stamps are missing. This is actually a cost-saving initiative that Stampin' Up! Has done. It is better for them to be able to print on the inside of the case rather than print onto the actual photopolymer stamps. So if you notice that you don't have the black lines on your plastic anymore, that's made there for a reason. So just to let you know about that. All right, we've got our Tuxedo Black Memento ink here, and we're gonna ink up our petals in black ink, and we're gonna stamp it right in the middle of our stitched shape here, or Stitched So Sweetly dies. There we go. And it may stick a bit because it's photopolymer, that's okay. We're gonna come in and we're gonna use Pale Papaya and Mint Macaron inks for this. Mint Macaron is actually part of our Subtles collection, but Pale Papaya is one of our new in colors. I love that it's like that peachy color. It's unlike anything else we currently have, and it fits right and coordinates with the colors that we do have. So we are gonna use, let's see, we need these little small ones, this flower, nope, we don't need that flower. We need this one, and the leaves. All right, we're gonna do our mint first. So again, like I mentioned, these stamps are just meant to do kind of a watercolor wash. It's not gonna fill the entire section of the black. You can see it just gives it a little bit of color to the leaf there. I like that. Normally I want everything colored in. I want it to be full color and full perfect, but I like that it just gives the illusion of color without being completely filled in. I'm gonna use, there's a little smaller leaf stamp for this little guy here. Same thing. We're just gonna stamp there. Now there isn't a stamp to fill in the stem, but if you have the mint macaron marker, you can easily do that, or you can just leave it white like I did on my project. Again, it's just to give the illusion of color, not to color in the entire thing. All right, pale papaya now, and we're going to color in these flowers. This is actually a 2-part stamp, so it does, oh wait, this one doesn't have it. Why did I grab that one? We don't need that one. We need this one. We'll need that one for the next project. So we're gonna use our pale papaya here on the top to color that in. Oh, I must not have cleaned that stamp off. That's okay. We've got a mint and a pale papaya flower. Always clean off your stamp. I don't know why I didn't clean that one off. And then our last one is this flower here. And we're gonna stamp that again in pale papaya right there. So we've got our flower colored in. Now you can color this in with Stampin' Write markers, Stampin' Blends. The best part is that we now have Stampin' Blends in all of our new ink colors, so you could use that as an option as well. We're gonna adhere this down with our Stampin' Seal right to the middle of our card. There. And then our sentiment is going to be stamped again in Memento ink as well. And we're going to stamp that on a piece of pale papaya cardstock. That kind of ties all of our colors together. And this piece is 1 3/4 by 7/8. So it's a little tiny piece of cardstock. And we're gonna adhere this with Stampin' Dimensionals. The dimensionals just give it that next elevated look to the project. It really makes that sentiment stand out. And we're gonna place it, there's a kind of a negative space right here. We're gonna place that right on top to fill that in. The final touch will be the Genial Gems. Again, my favorite embellishment from the new catalog, and both of these colors actually work perfectly with this stamp and this card. But I'm going to use the pale papaya one, and we're going to put it right in the lower left right hand corner using my Take Your Pick tool. And that is our first project using the hand-penned Petals stamp set, and this is our class project stamp set for the month of May. So I hope you guys like this one. Let me know what you think. I love the font for this set too, Roz. This is beautiful. I wish I could write like that. Maybe I'll use that as a template to learn how to write that, but that font is just so beautiful. So this is actually an easel card too, so it'll stand up like this when you give that to somebody. But this is a beautiful project featuring hand-penned petals and some fun pastels. Let me know what you think. I really like this one. Even though I mixed my pale papaya together, I guess with some mint somewhere along the lines. I don't know. All right, our second project here. This is using Fresh Freesia. I am not a purple girl at all. Give me polished pink and magenta madness any day over Fresh Freesia and Highland Heather. But I think that Fresh Freesia and the new Soft Succulent go great together with this project. So I'm going to show you how to make this. This is actually a full card, and this die is in the new hand-penned Petals bundle as well. So The dies are actually called penned flowers, and we're going to be using these today. It comes with dies to cut out the stamps from the stamp set, but then also this really fun scalloped border here. I like this border. It can be used on so many different types of projects: baby cards, congratulations, weddings, birthdays. You could even turn this probably into a masculine project with some scalloped Knight of Navy cardstock. So we are going to start with a fresh freesia cardstock base. Now this is 5.5 by 8.5, our standard card size. It's an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock that's just cut in half and scored down the middle. So we are going to just fold that in half with our bone folder, and we're going to set this off to the side. I also have a piece of basic white cardstock. Now this is 4.25 by 5.5. So literally the exact same size as the card front of our card base. It's the same size. You wouldn't even know that there's any fresh freesia there. But what we're gonna do is I need to move some of this out of the way because I'm gonna bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Now these dies do fit into the mini cut and emboss machine, but I'm gonna use the big one just to give me some more leverage when I'm trying to run through this bigger die. Now if you've never worked with a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, this actually die cuts and embosses your paper. So you can get these really fun pieces of embossed cardstock using embossing folders that are sold separate, and you can choose a variety of different designs. But the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine comes in the big size. I call this the Big Boss. And then there's the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which I call the Baby Boss. So we've got our platform number 1, because we're gonna be doing die cutting. We got platform 1 and 2. They all come numbered and pictures, so you can easily tell what is gonna go where when you put this together. You've got your plate number 3, and we're gonna put our piece of basic white cardstock down. And I'm gonna use the scallop die here, and we're just gonna place it right across. Actually, I wanna turn it this way so it goes through evenly when it goes through the machine. Now you can use washi tape to tape this down and keep it in the same place. I'm just gonna wing it because I put my washi tape all away last night. But we're gonna place that down and we're gonna run it through the machine. This is going to cut and emboss this little fun stitching down the side of our paper. So we've got this really fun scallop. My plates are a little dirty. But we've got the scallop and the stitch right down the side. So it's kind of a 2-in-1 die. It does both for you. And we're gonna move this out of the way. We're gonna bring this back for another part of our project. So I'm just gonna place that off to the side. I'm gonna adhere this down so you can see now, once we cut that edge off, we have a little peekaboo of the fresh freesia. And we're just gonna adhere this down to our card base with some Stampin' Seal. And we want to butt that up right to the edge of our card. Now you can use Tombow liquid glue if you aren't comfortable with the Stampin' Seal and how permanent it is once it's glued down. The Tombow will again give you that little bit of give if you just need to line everything up again. We're gonna place that off to the side, and I'm gonna come in with this. I have a piece of soft succulent cardstock, and I have die cut this using the Tasteful Labels dies. I use this really fun die here. This is another die set that is really great to have because these are perfect for all sentiments. You have this really fun circle stitching. Some of these others have stitching, and then other pieces are just normal dies. So if you're really into adding sentiments to your project, this Tasteful Labels dies and the Stitched So Sweetly are my top 2 for adding sentiments to projects. We are gonna use the sentiment that says anything is possible, that same really fun font from our last project. And we're gonna do this again in Tuxedo Black Memento ink. I want to stamp this, and we're gonna put it off to the side just to let that kind of sit while we do the rest in tuxedo black as well. Now the fun part about this stamp set is that there are two big floral designs to it. So we used this one on our last project here, and now we're gonna use this other big floral piece as well. So we're gonna take this and we're actually gonna stamp this on just a scratch piece of basic white, and we're gonna stamp it twice. So we've got our stamp here, and I'm using my ink pad on my stamp because this is a little bit bigger and I don't want to shake the camera too much. This is a linen ink pad, so it has more give, or not as much give as our foam ink pads. I would not do that with our foam ink pad. Oh, my husband's watching because I see all those little hearts. He's still at work. Hi, thanks for watching. All right, where do I get the envelopes for my die and stamp sets? So these are actually from a company called Stampin Storage. Stamp N, the letter N, storage. They're actually the same company that I get my paper storage from, so you can see over here I have all my cardstock up there. They are an amazing company. They're based in Minnesota. Everything is made in the USA, and they are perfect for our die sets. They do sell magnet sheets that you can put your dies onto, but I find that the sticky that Stampin' Up! Sends their die sets on is extremely sticky. If that wears out, our Stampin' Seal Plus is perfect. You just add a line of Stampin' Seal Plus and it re-sticks. So you can add those to the cardstock that the dies from Stampin' Up! Come in. So Stampin' Storage for those, I love them. They're a great company, and their products are top quality. Plus it's made in the United States. Support a local business. All right, here we go. We are going to now color in our two pieces. We are going to use Fresh Freesia and Soft Succulent as our two colors for this. We're going to need this. We're going to need a lot of stamps for this one. So we need that one. Get our sentiment off because we need it for this. What else? The big, or no, yep, the big and the little leaf. And let's see, we'll just work with that and go from there for now. All right, we're gonna do our Fresh Freesia flowers first. So Fresh Freesia, it is lighter than Highland Heather. It is more of like a pinky kind of purple. Again, I'm not a big purple fan. Give me a hot pink any day, but Fresh Freesia is starting to grow on me. I like that it is a pinky purple. All right, we've got our big flower stamped. Now we're gonna work on these little flowers. Again, these stamps are meant to not cover the entire flower. So they are just there to give the illusion of color and not to cover the whole thing. So you will have some white negative space when you stamp your colored images in there. All right, we need the smaller flower, these two, and we're gonna stamp these twice here. And the best part about it not really filling in the entire thing is to me, it doesn't matter which way the flower goes. You don't have to line up everything to be perfect. So it can just really stamp however the flower speaks to you, which direction it needs to go. All right, this last one is our smallest flower, and we're just gonna stamp that right there and here. And then our last one is all of these leaves. So we're done with our Fresh Freesia. We're gonna move to Soft Succulent. Now the difference between Soft Succulent and Mint Macaron. So we have our Soft Succulent and Mint here. Soft Succulent is kind of like a mint, but it's got more of a darker hue to it than our Mint Macaron. Mint is very much brighter than our Soft Succulent, but these two, again, pair very well with each other, And if you even bring in pale papaya, you could have a trio of those 3 colors. That would be very pretty as well. So I definitely like this year's in colors. You know, I haven't used Evening Evergreen just yet, but that will be put to good use in July when we have Christmas in July bingo and all of my other Christmas classes that I do later this year. So I'm looking forward to using Evening Evergreen a lot come later this year. All right, our big leaf is done here, and now we're gonna use this little one, get a smaller block for that, and then we're just gonna stamp in here. Now, if you've never come to one of my bingos, you are missing out so much. We have so much fun, and actually the bingo prizes should be delivered here any minute now. So if you hear the doorbell ring, it is my UPS guy dropping off all of our bingo prizes. But I am doing a in-person bingo July 24th and virtual bingo July 25th. So it'll be Christmas in July bingos, and they are a blast. So much fun. The in-person always sells out. The virtual one is unlimited, so if you don't snag a seat or you aren't in Tucson, you can still attend a bingo event and have just as much fun. All right, we're gonna move all of this out of the way because we're gonna bring in our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine again, and we're gonna die cut these. You could fussy cut them, meaning cutting them out with scissors, but these are kind of an intricate die. I would not want to fussy cut these ones out. Now I'm turning this sideways just so I can see this, because it's an intricate die. I want to be able to see where I'm gonna place my die at, and we're gonna just line it up. Again, you can use washi tape to hold this down as you run it through the machine, but like I mentioned, I straightened up my room and put all my washi tape away last night, so I did not grab one before I went live today, and I don't want to get up during it for you guys. So there we go. I don't want to get up and interrupt the video is what I meant. I'd get up and grab something for you guys. I just don't want to interrupt the video. All right, there's our first one. Same thing on this one. We're going to line up our die. Now there are little holes on here, so you can make sure everything is lined up how you want it. And the hole will show you if you are on the stamp or not. We're just going to place that right on top. Run it through our machine again. The crunching and cracking noises are normal. This is to, it cuts, so it cuts by pressure. So of course, as it runs through the machine, it's gonna make some crunching and cracking noises. That's okay, it's not breaking your machine by any means. And then we've got our 2 pieces here. There. I wanted to not just stamp right onto the piece of basic white cardstock. I wanted to kind of do some die cuts and give it a little bit of a different look. I'll put that there so you guys can see. So we are gonna layer these 2 together. I've got my first piece here that has the 2 leaves on one side. I'm gonna flip this over and we're gonna have the 2 leaves on the opposite side from each other. Now don't worry, they're gonna overlap in the middle, but that's okay. That's why we have this bigger label that's gonna go right in the middle and cover that all up so you won't even see it. We're going to use Tombow liquid glue for our first flower. I'm using the liquid glue. Again, it has a little bit of give to it, but also because this is more of an intricate die. You get more coverage with the liquid glue than you would Stampin' Seal. Here. Carol, this DSP and bundle is on my wish list. This was actually the first thing I added to my cart when the demonstrator pre-order started. I don't know why. You know, these flowers, I'm not a flower person at all, except poppies. I love poppies. But floral cards aren't really my thing, but for some reason this just jumped out at me, and I think it's the pastels, which normally I'm a brights person, so I don't know why that jumped out at me either, but I think it's just so beautiful. All right, we're gonna use Stampin' Dimensionals on that piece of soft succulent stitched die, and that's gonna cover up where the two floral pieces overlap each other. See, you can't even tell that there's an overlap there. We're gonna come in with that soft succulent roll of ribbon. This is the open weave ribbon. This is our Prize Patrol item for today, so you can share the video to be entered into this week's Prize Patrol. And we're gonna take about an 8-inch roll or 8-inch piece of ribbon. I always like to use more ribbon than I probably need, but that gives me the leverage to be able to do my bunny ears, and I can hold on to it just a little bit better. So we're gonna loop and swoop our ribbon, and then you can kind of hold the middle and get it to the size that you want it to be. So we're just gonna trim off the edges. And I'm gonna adhere this down with Tombow liquid glue. You could use a glue dot if you want for this, but I think the liquid glue just holds a little bit better. And I like to put a clear block on top just so that ribbon can fuse to the paper better. As the final touch, the pastel pearls, these are actually Highland Heather, but they're so, and the pearls, they're so close to Fresh Freesia, they look great on the project and you can't even tell that it's Highland Heather. So we're gonna put 2 up here. Oh, that's too close to the edge. That's why I like to put these pearls down with my Take Your Pick tool, because you have control over where you're gonna put them and they're not flying across the room if you just kind of pick it off with your thumbnail. And then 1 down here in the lower right hand corner. And that is our second project featuring Fresh Freesia Soft Succulent and the hand penned petals bundle. So this time we use the bundle. The first project we just used the hand penned petals stamp set. So here are 2 projects that we created today. Where did I put the other one at? Here it is. Let me know which one's your favorite. I think the one with all the designer series paper and showing all the variety of paper is probably my favorite. But the best part about this top one is that you can mix and match colors, same layout, same design, and it would look like a totally different project. If you wanted to use polished pink and soft succulent, you could really make a different project and it would just pop even more. All right. So thank you everybody for joining me for this week's Makers Monday featuring the hand penned petals bundle. As a reminder, Wednesday is the last day to register for May's card class featuring this bundle and suite. The deadline, like I said, is Wednesday, and all the details will be in a link in the description of this video as soon as I log off here. I hope you all have an amazing week, and I can't wait to create more projects featuring the brand new 2021-22 annual catalog. Until next week, have a wonderful week. Bye.